Good morning. I'm excited to be here. So I have a little springtime essence song chant to share with you to start this morning. This is called Rise Up. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise up like a phoenix from the fire. Be reborn, going higher and higher. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. Rise, rise, my brothers and sisters. People of the earth tribe, rise. Oh, people of the earth tribe, rise. People of the earth tribe, rise. Oh, people of the earth tribe, rise. People of the earth tribe, rise. Oh, people of the earth tribe, rise. People of the earth tribe, rise. People of the love tribe, rise. People of the peace tribe, rise. People of the unity tribe, rise.
Thank you so much. And this is, of course, Jennifer Hudson. Yes. Yeah, beautiful song, beautiful chant. Thank you so much for being here with us as Brent and Patty are on vacation. Yes. Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown, my friends. It's so good to see each and every one of you. And for those joining us live stream, we are so happy that you have taken the time out to be with us. You are part of this community, even though your presence may not be here physically. We love you and we appreciate you. We have an opening quote from Mama Myrtle. Myrtle Fillmore, wife to Charles, co-founder of the Unity Movement, tells us, when we come together in the Spirit, we all are one in the true place of the Most High. Our words become charged with great healing power to go forth and do mighty works. In other words, when we come together, we rise up, my brothers and sisters. Let's begin with an opening prayer, shall we? Let me take a deep breath and relax. And I invite you to allow my words to speak for you, and feel free to edit and translate as you see fit. I take a moment and just allow my body to relax. letting go of any tension, any stress, allowing my thoughts to calm down, to slow down, and becoming fully present here and now. With each inhale, I am reminded of the presence of God. With each exhale, I let go a little bit more of the blocks that keep me from realizing more fully the expression of spirit, of love, of peace that I am. The presence of God here now within each of us, flowing through us as us. And I give thanks for this opportunity to come together, to rise in consciousness, in love, in peace, in unity. And so it is. Amen. And if you will join me in our vision statement. Together, guided by Spirit within, we are joyfully united in unconditional love, honoring the divine in awe, radiating the message of unity to the world. And we do that through our mission statement together. Unity of Hagerstown, a welcoming community, embraces spiritual awakening through affirmative prayer and meditation, creating a positive path of abundant living for all. And now we have the reading of the Daily Word with Diane Morgan. Whoops. There you go.
The word for Sunday, April 6, is assurance. There may have been times I doubted my ability to create the life of my highest imaginings and resign myself to a limited life. Today, I make a new choice. I see myself as fully divine and fully human. I am so much more than my past. Even if I had made regrettable decisions or disempowering choices, I have the assurance that with each new day, I can begin again and build the life I want to live. As I pray, I feel the limitations of the world fail away. In the silence, I feel the presence of God and the fullness of my divinity. This is the enduring truth of who I am. I affirm, I am strong. I am creative. I am wise. I leave the past behind and eagerly create my future, assured of my eventual success. Our reading today is from the Epistle of John. By this we know that we abide in him and he in us, because he has given us his Spirit. Please join me for the affirmation on the board. I live with the assurance of my divinity. Take a deep breath, go into that heart space, feel it. And repeat once more with assurance. I live with the assurance of my divinity.
Thank you, Diane. We have an opportunity to greet each other, to welcome each other. And I think everybody here knows the drill, but I'm going to invite you to go to someone maybe you haven't greeted for a while, maybe you don't know at all, and just say hello, introduce yourself, and welcome them here. And if you would like to say hello to our friends who are watching via live stream, come right here. They may not be able to hear you. Well, I can leave my mic here, and they would hear you. Yes, I'll do that. And just say hello to them, let them know how much we appreciate them. Let's greet our friends and neighbors. And at this time, I would like to say hello to our online community. We love you so much. We appreciate your being here, as always. And I'm going to invite you to put into the comment section a welcome for each other, or any other thing that you would have us know. We'll get back to you soon.
Hello, internet followers. So while we sing this one, if you get a chance, just turn and look someone in the eye. It's great. It's a great song to do that too. You and I, you and I, you and I were really not so different. Eye to eye, oh, eye to eye. Looking in your eyes, I see your heart. I see no way to tell us apart. Oh, my heart, my heart, my heart meets you here. Eye to eye, oh, eye to eye. Looking in your eyes, I see the God in you. I see is the God in me. Namaste, 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 my friend. Ashe, oh, Ashe, Ashe, my friend. The light in me greets the light in you. I see.
Wow. Yes, thank you so much. So I don't know if you noticed or not, but Jennifer wrote both the songs we've heard so far. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Take a moment. I need to get some water. Yeah, just a moment. Gospels, and then fast forward, 2,000 years, and look at two healing stories of our current day and what we might learn from each of those, okay? Let me put this, isn't that cute? More about this later, okay? Okay, so in Mark chapter 8, it's written that some people brought Jesus a blind man and begged him to touch him. And Jesus took him by the hand and led him out of the village and put saliva and mixed dirt in his hands and laid it on the blind man. Now, just as a side note, some scholars believe that this healing technique of making mud and placing it on what needed to be healed was brought to Jesus by Mary Magdalene, because where she was raised, that was a way of healing. That was a form of healing. Then Jesus asked the man, "Can you see anything?" And the man looked up and said, "Well, I can see people, but they look like trees walking." So Jesus laid his hands upon him once more, and the man's sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. So I love this particular healing story of Jesus. I've shared it here before, so if this is a repeat for you, I hope you enjoy it again. But for me, there's a lot to think about in this short story. Now, we know here in Unity, we look at things metaphysically, seeing that each of the characters are symbolic of a state of consciousness within us. So, first of all, and actually all the characters, the people who brought this man to Jesus to be healed are symbolic of the thoughts that people are mind. Right? Those thoughts that may go round and round sometimes, but they are the thoughts that we hold. Our thoughts that bring us to seek healing, perhaps, from a power greater than ourselves. You know, the body has a great way of communicating to us when we need to be healed. And our emotions communicate as well, but sometimes we don't pay attention to that need for emotional healing because we tend to distract ourselves or, press it down. We don't want to think about it so much. So today, talking about healing, I'm talking about all forms of healing here, even though the stories reflect physical healing. Now, I don't know why Jesus led this man outside of the village, but it kind of reminds me that metaphysically, when I need to heal my thoughts, I need to come apart for a while. I need to leave those distracting thoughts behind and go and commune with the God of my understanding, with spirit within. I need to set time aside for meditation, for prayer. Perhaps in bringing the blind man away from other people, we're shown that we need to really quiet our thoughts. This story also reminds me that healing does not happen on our timeline, right? It may not happen on the first try either. Ernest Holmes tells us there is no process of healing, but there is generally a process in healing. This process is the time and effort which we undergo in our realizations of truth. In other words, it takes as long as it takes for us to understand that we are whole already in spirit. As we align with that power of life within, we are able to bring it forth more in our daily lives. When we get a good understanding of who we are as an expression of spirit, we can see clearly. And until that time, our sight, our perception may be somewhat distorted, or maybe we don't see at all. Once we go in and make a conscious communion with our higher self, our true self, our Christ nature represented by Jesus in this story, our spiritual sight is restored, our perception is clear, we then see with the eyes of love, with the eyes of oneness. Now again, I think it's important to say that Jesus took this man away from the disturbing thoughts, and it's in times of silence that we can let go of those old perceptions and feel that healing power of divine love. I believe that our elder brother, our way shower Jesus, knew that life is eternal, And he told us that he came that we might have life and more abundant life. In John 12, chapter 12, verse 50, he said, I know that God's commandment is life eternal. In Matthew 22:32, God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. He understood this eternal principle of life that is within each of us. There is that within us that has a blueprint of wholeness, if you will, of health and vitality that's held in divine mind. And our bodies naturally move into this direction of wholeness, of healing, if we don't put up any blocks to it. As we align our thoughts with life. I mean, think about this. If you have a paper cut, you don't even have to think about having it heal. It's going to heal naturally. We naturally move towards healing. And my friends, I'm not talking necessarily about a cure, although that may happen. But I am talking about realizing we are whole and complete as we are, okay? So, if we see, or when we see, I should say, beyond the condition to the wholeness that we are in spirit, we bring about this activity of life more easily. Eric Butterworth, a Unity minister and author, one of my favorite Unity authors, tells us, there is that of you that is greater than your weakness, stronger than your fears, the four-dimensional creature that is whole even within your sickness. This is that of you that is the perfect idea in the mind of God, that spiritual self that we are. If we're able to kind of see for ourselves this perfect idea held in divine mind of who we are and really resonate with it and know the truth of it, we are able to vibrate at a higher energy, activating that principle of life and bring it forth more fully. We're told, judge not by appearances, but judge by righteous judgment, or right-minded judgment, as the Course in Miracles might say, seeing beyond whatever condition we're experiencing and seeing the truth of who we are as an expression of spirit. Our human nature, our human side may be saying, I don't feel so well right now, but there is still that within us that is that principle of life, the perfect idea in the mind of God. Butterworth goes on to tell us, no matter what the experience, you are a spiritual being living in a spiritual world. You are the self-livingness of God right now. Prayer is not an attempt to make you spiritual or to bring you into unity with the wholeness of God. There is nothing you and I can do to change the nature of God or to change our own nature as the self-livingness of God. There is a spiritual human of you, the divinity of you, that never gets sick. We are always and forever have this divine identity that is whole, that is complete, that is perfect. Okay, so the next story from the Gospels is probably one that you're familiar with, of the woman who had a hemorrhage for 19 years. And she maneuvered through the crowd, right, to reach out and touch the hem of Jesus's garment and was immediately healed. Now, in that day and age, this affliction that she had would have been pretty serious. I mean, it would have been serious today's age, too. However, it meant that she was isolated from the community because she would have been considered unclean. So she braved the crowds and probably a stoning as well, if anyone had caught her, and dared to reach out and touch the hem of the garment that Jesus wore, which would have been another stoning offense, right? So did Jesus feel a loss of power when she touched the hem of his garment? Was she taking something from him? I would say no. Healing is not something that we give to another. It is a realization of our innermost being, of who we are. And as we realize it for ourselves, we're able to help others realize it for them. Jesus turned and told her, "Your faith has made you whole." So metaphysically, the garment that he wore was woven of a high realization of truth that she came into contact with. And my friends, when we are in that place of communion, we are wearing such a garment of truth. We are realizing the truth of our being. And if we go forth and lead a prayer or come into contact with our neighbors, we are going to bring them up too. We bring them up with just who we are. Okay, so typically with metaphysical interpretation, a woman is indicative of our intuition. So intuitively, we know what we need to do in order to experience this wholeness, and that is to learn about the truth of who we are, to reach out, to connect with our Christ consciousness. You know, there was a Harvard study that I heard about, maybe 10 years ago, on the imagination and how the power of our imagination activates our brain to actually cultivate the picture that we're holding in our mind, to help bring it forth. This is not woo-woo, this is science. Yeah. So faith is our perceiving power, how we see things. If we see things as whole, using the power of our imagination as well, we're going to automatically move in that direction. Butterworth tells us faith is the perception of wholeness, the intuitive sense of being whole, even in the midst of sickness. We are whole regardless of the circumstance. So her faith, this woman's faith, activated that property of life within her. She realized her wholeness. She realized that life doesn't come from our thoughts, but it is a gift of God. It's not something we bestow upon another. It's a gift that we've been given. It is a divine quality. We have that power of life within us. Everybody does. We have that power of faith within us as well to change how we see things, to realize our wholeness. These powers and the power of imagination, these powers are available to us today. So, which brings me to our next healing story about David Sapp. He lived with multiple sclerosis for 25 years, over 25 years. In 1993, the disease had progressed so much, ravaging his body, and he was rendered a quadriplegic. And his life, and of course his family's life, were turned upside down. They were changed forever. He struggled with bouts of illness, and he felt like his body was outside of his control. He had periods of depression, periods of hospitalization. He had toxic medications shot into his body, into his veins and muscles on a weekly basis. No matter what he tried, though, multiple sclerosis did what it wanted to do. That's what it felt like to him. It felt like he was out of control, had no power in this. He believed the power of the disease. He believed it had the power to destroy his life and the lives of those around him as well. He believed what the doctors said, and I'm not knocking any doctors at all, but when they said that his body would slowly deteriorate and die, he believed it. He believed he was powerless. However, in 2005, several things came together for him. And he decided to dedicate any life he had remaining on this earth plane to the healing principles as taught by Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. She said, "I was once an emaciated little woman upon whom relatives and doctors had placed the stamp of tuberculosis. She soon realized, though, that life was of God, that we are inseparably one with this source, and that we inherit health from a divine and perfect creator." So Myrtle began, you may know her story, began to live with God, to talk with God, to talk to her body, blessing her body, asking forgiveness of her body. It took her 2 years, but she was completely cured of tuberculosis. David decided to follow her with these ideas, and in many ways it was as if he were dedicating his body to spiritual science to see what would happen. He made changes in his daily life as well, in his diet, and he spent extended periods of time in prayer and meditation. Slowly but surely, a transformation began. His physical health began to stabilize. He started in the spring of 2005. In the fall of 2005, he decided to stop the weekly toxic injections. He also stopped taking blood pressure medicine, which he had been on. Shortly after that, the neurologist said that the multiple sclerosis was inactive. What David believes, in truth, is that it was no longer there, no longer had power over him. He was able to take his power back. He's presently, well, at the time of this article, which I don't have the date on it, was healthier and more active than he had been in many, many years, and was serving as a prayer chaplain and on the board of trustees for Unity of Columbia, Missouri. Scientists have kind of maybe wondered about the effect of placebos in patients. And there's been a study recently of placebo surgeries, which I didn't know were a thing, but who knows? But the research suggests that a fake surgery, in which a surgeon just makes an incision and doesn't really do anything else, just stitches it back up, are an even stronger placebo than pills. In fact, a survey showed that surgery placebos found that the fake surgeries led to improvements 75% of the time. And in cases where the surgery was to relieve pain, it was equally, the fake surgeries were equally effective as those that were real. Now, researchers may not be able to understand why this is so, but we know it's the power of our mind. We are made in the image and likeness of God. We have creative powers in order to create our life's experience. One with divine mind, our thoughts are creative and have power over dis-ease. I'm not advocating anybody stop going to doctors or taking their medication. This is an individual journey. Sometimes our healing comes through the form of a prescription, right? So Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, tells us the river of life is within man in his spiritual consciousness. He comes into consciousness of the river of life through the quickening of spirit. He can be truly quickened with new life and vitalized in mind and body only by consciously contacting spirit. When we go apart for a little while, when we leave the thoughts that go round and round aside and connect with that Christ consciousness within, the truth of our being. So one more healing story, because I just find these fascinating, and I think that they're very empowering as well. At age 33, Adeline was diagnosed with cancer, which had spread throughout her body. And her doctors recommended surgery, followed by chemotherapy, followed by radiation. Well, she decided no. She decided she was not going to do that. She was unwilling to put her body through that treatment. She instead wanted to make her last months as comfortable as possible. Her doctors only gave her a small chance of survival, even with all of that course of treatment. So she decided instead to take long walks in the redwoods in Northern California, where she was living. She also took long baths to relax. And as she did these things, she imagined tiny glittering healing stars raining down from heaven, passing through her body, and whenever the point of a star would happen upon to touch a cancer cell, the cell would burst like a balloon. That was her imagination at work. She also shifted her diet to a healthier diet, meditated daily, read inspirational books, and spent most of her time in solitude. And then she started feeling better than ever. 9 months later, when she returned to the hospital for a checkup, her doctors could find no trace of cancer in her body. It's an amazing thing. A Course in Miracles tells us, look lovingly upon the present, for it holds the only things that are forever true. All healing lies within it. We heal our thoughts, we heal our bodies, we heal our world. Wholeness is our true nature, found in this present moment, where we experience oneness, where we experience God. Even when facing a health challenge, divine life is active in every cell of your being. As we come to really know this power of life within us, and as we come to hold healing thoughts of wholeness, speak life-affirming words, while, of course, making sure we give our bodies the rest, the nourishment that they need, the care that it needs, we can also say no thank you to any thought of sickness. We can say, no, not today, Satan. But not to allow them to grow in our consciousness so that they take over those thoughts of dis-ease. We can allow that dawning light of understanding to come forth so that we can bask in the knowledge that we are whole already. Ernest Holmes tells us spiritual healing is not willing, wishing, beseeching, or repeating a lot of formulas. It is the result of a dawning perception of spirit. When the illusion of opposites disappears from our mental perception and we come to realize that we are whole, we shall be made whole. So letting go of the fear, letting go of anything that blocks us from realizing our spiritual nature. I invite you to join me in our affirmation. Together, every cell of my being vibrates with the renewing life of God. And we're going to use that in our meditation. So go ahead and let's adjust our position if necessary. I invite you to close your eyes or gaze softly down on the ground. And as we relax and become open here and now to that activity of spirit within, allowing the shoulders to relax, the neck to relax, the brow to relax, the jaw to relax. Divine life flows throughout the body like a healing stream. Picture yourself stepping into that healing current of life, immersing yourself in it. It flows through you. And in this stillness, let us commune with the spirit of life that is always flowing. Let us give thanks for this healing energy that infuses every cell of the body with life, with strength, with wholeness. Every part of the body and mind is composed of divine life and intelligence. So we can relax and let the body do its healing work. Keeping our thoughts positive, speaking affirmations of faith and wholeness, and knowing that the body and the mind respond to each thought, each prayer. Every cell of my body vibrates with the life of God. Now I invite you to include others that may need healing and envision that healing life flowing through them, invigorating them, sustaining them. And with gratitude, know this healing activity within them. Know this unchanging truth of wholeness. As we go into a period of silence, as we step apart away for a while from our thoughts that distract us and commune with the God of our understanding, I invite you to use as a vehicle to deepen the meditation or an anchor to stay anchored in this communion, the affirmation. Every cell of my body vibrates with the life, with the love of God. In the silence. And as we bring this time of meditation to a close with gratitude in our hearts, perhaps a gentle smile on our lips, I invite Jen to come back and share the next song as we continue to sit restfully.
Holy, holy, we are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. Spirit divine, come to me, feeling love, healing me. to see beauty and love lives in me. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. Spirit divine, come to me, feeling love, healing me. Open my heart, allow me to see beauty and love lives in me. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are whole.
Thank you, Jen. That was so beautiful. Really appreciate that. So, 2 Corinthians 9:17 tells us each one must give as he has decided, or her, in her heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And we do too. So we are mixing things up a little bit. Yes, we are. So what we have, for those of you who donate, you can donate either by Zephy or mailing in a check, but you would like to bless the offering, we have butterflies that you can hold and then put in the offertory, which will be collected with a butterfly net. We want this to be cheerful, my friends. So Arnie's going to dance up and down the aisles. But for now, if you have an offering check or cash, let's put it in our hands, and if not, let's grab a butterfly, okay? As we do our offertory prayer. Thank you, Arnie. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people give monthly, and so you might want to have a butterfly to bless, representing not only your offering, but how that offering is going about to help transform this community and thus the world. Think about that. But I believe this community is transforming and is transformative as well. So next week, we're not passing the butterflies around. They will be in the back so that you'll have to remember, if you want a butterfly, to pick one up and place it in the offering, okay? It's coming. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, wait, before we take it, let's do our offertory prayer. Together, divine love expressing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And I give thanks that it is so. Take it away, Arnie. And Jen.
Sun, fire warming my skin. Take me back to the source again. Sun, fire warming my skin. Will take me back to the source again. Well, sun, fire warming my skin. Will take me back to the source again. Well, soft Mother Earth, holding me in love, as below, so above. Soft Mother Earth, holding me in love, as below, so above. Soft Mother Earth, holding me in love, as below, so above. Gentle wind caressing my cheek, whispering all the answers I seek. Gentle wind caressing my cheek, whispering all the answers I seek. Gentle wind caressing my cheek, whispering all the answers I seek. Oh, sweet water flowing, singing its song. Gentle yielding makes us strong. Sweet water flowing, singing its song. Oh, gentle yielding makes us strong. Sweet water flowing, singing its song. Gentle yielding makes us strong. Will fire my passion, earth my body, air my breath, water my blood. Oh, fire my passion, earth my body, oh, air my breath, water my blood. Oh, fire my passion, earth my body, air my breath, water my blood. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, hey. Oh, New Ivra dancing deep in my soul. Perfect alchemy reminding me I'm whole. New Ivra dancing deep in my soul. Perfect alchemy reminding me I'm whole.
Thank you so much, Jen. Beautiful songs today, and what a talent. Do you have a CD or digital music that we can get these on? Not yet. Okay. Okay, we are moving along to announcements. Yoga starts up again tomorrow, 2:30 for chair yoga, 6 p.m. for traditional yoga, and you can get 4 weeks for, I think it's $35. There's flyers out there if you want more info. And then our beloved community, for those who have registered for that, our next meeting is actually Tuesday night at 6:30. That's just a reminder. And again, a reminder for meeting Jesus again for the first time. The discussion is going to be Wednesday night at 6:30. And Saturday, we have a campus cleanup with St. Mark's. I'm saying 10 to 12. They haven't actually given me a time, but this is the time that we have done in the past, so I'm assuming it's the correct. For more information, I will find out the time that they want to start and what tools might be helpful and put it in the newsletter, okay? And then Palm Sunday next week, special service. I can't wait for this. It's going to be much more experiential and I think a lot of fun too. So we'll do that. It's followed by the Dances of Universal Peace. There's no potluck on that day. So if you want to come to the service and stick around for the dances, bring a lunch and we'll just put a table up and have a community meal. Tenebrae service, which is based on the last sayings of Jesus, on the 18th, 7 p.m., and that will be held here. Adopt a Highway on the 19th. Arnie, what time would you like to start that? 8:30. Okay, there we go. Men of Unity on the 24th, just briefly, and Dinner and Games, that's back on the 25th, 6 p.m. And we'll have, I think there's a sign-up sheet to sign up. Please put also any food allergies that you may have so that we can avoid that. And then after the service today, if you can lend a hand, first socialize, okay? Socialize, that way we have the chairs to sit on if we want. And then put the chairs to the side. And we'll need all the chairs to the side because on Saturday we have our meditation retreat. Today is the last day to register for it. If you are interested, please see me. If you have signed up for it and have not yet paid, please do so, as well as return the intake form to Reverend Patricia that you should have received in the email. So at this time, we're going to say goodbye to our beloved Facebook and YouTube communities. We love you, we appreciate you, and thank you for the support and love that you give us. Amen.